Okay folks, gather around, let's have a little chat. About sex, yeah, that thing that makes the world go round or at least keeps the population up. We all know it's important, but talking about it, that can be about as comfortable as a porcupine in a balloon factory. Remember sex ed in school? Cringing yet? Yeah, me too. Awkward diagrams, hushed tones, that one kid who already seemed to know everything. Not exactly the recipe for open and honest conversation. But hey, we're adults here, right? We can handle a little mature discussion. And let's be honest, sex is inherently funny. I mean, when you really think about it, the whole thing is a bit absurd. Two humans getting up close and personal, in ways that would make your grandma blush. It's hilarious. So, let's ditch the awkwardness, the shame, and the fear-mongering. Let's approach this topic with a sense of humor, a healthy dose of curiosity, and maybe a few strategically placed "that's what she said" jokes. Now, I've learned a thing or two about sex in my time, mostly from you guys, let's be real. And one thing's for sure, when it comes to getting busy, one size definitely does not fit all. What's considered hot and heavy in one corner of the world might raise a few eyebrows or pitchforks in another. Take for example the good old island nation of Papua New Guinea. The Trobriand Islanders, they like to get a head start on their love lives. We're talking like age 6 here, folks. Yeah, you heard that right. Now before you go clutching your pearls, it's important to note that this isn't about adult-child interactions. It's more about exploration and learning within their own age group. Then you've got the Nepalese up in the Himalayas practicing polyandry like it's no big deal. For those of you who skipped that day in Anthropology 101, that means one woman taking multiple husbands, usually brothers, because hey, why share your wife with a stranger when you can keep it in the family, right? And let's not forget our friends in southern Africa, the Himba people of Namibia. They've got this whole coming-of-age ritual for young girls that involves, well, let's just say it involves a lot of rhythmic clapping and a whole lot of enthusiasm from the married women in the community. Now, when we're talking about sex around the world, we gotta give a shout out to the OG sexperts, the ancient Indians, and their infamous Kama Sutra. Now I know what you're thinking, Dan, isn't that just a book of crazy sex positions that require the flexibility of a Cirque du Soleil performer? And yeah, okay, there are a lot of positions, some more achievable than others, I'll grant you, but the Kama Sutra is about way more than just contorting your body into a human pretzel. It's a whole philosophy, a guide to living a life filled with pleasure, sensuality, and connection. It's about finding what feels good for you and your partners. It's about communication, exploration, and maybe a little bit of laughter along the way. Because let's be real, trying to decipher some of those Kama Sutra illustrations is a surefire recipe for a giggling fit. So yeah, the Kama Sutra. It's not just for hippies and yoga instructors, it's a treasure trove of wisdom and, dare I say, inspiration for anyone looking to spice up their sex lives, or at least get a good laugh trying. Now I know what you're thinking. Dan, this is all fun and games, but what about the serious stuff? What about communication, consent, all that jazz? And you're right, folks, that stuff's crucial. We can't be out here running around like it's a free-for-all in a Swedish sauna. But here's the thing, talking about sex doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be a lecture from your high school gym teacher. It can be fun. It can be flirty. It can even be funny. Imagine this. You're in bed with your partner. Things are heating up. And suddenly you realize you're not quite sure what they're into. Do you A, panic, and pretend you know what you're doing, leading to a night of awkward fumbling and silent disappointment? Or B, take a deep breath, crack a joke, and just ask? I'm gonna go ahead and say B is the way to go here. Because let's be real, most of us would rather laugh than cry in the bedroom.